Now to an amazing guest. Kimberly Motley has gone from being a beauty pageant winner, Miss Wisconsin America, to becoming the first foreign lawyer in Afghanistan's courts. Now, as a woman, particularly in that society, I find that amazing. And I also find it brave, given that just a week and a half ago, there was yet another terrorist attack in the capital by the Taliban. More than 60 people killed at a wedding. At the end of time, as a lawyer in Afghanistan, Motley has brought back 2 Australian children taken there by their Afghan father. She's also secured the release of an Australian man, Rob Langdon, who'd been serving jail time for murder, an act of self-defence, he said. Now, Kimberly Motley has now written a book on her experience, Lawless, and she joins me now. It's an honour to talk to you. Thank you so much. I admired your work from some distance. But I still don't get, why did you go to Afghanistan?
Well, I mean, I originally went to Afghanistan in 2008 to train and mentor Afghan defense attorneys. Prior to going there, I was working as a criminal defense attorney in the U.S., and it really was a financial decision, frankly. I was sent there, and I would be making triple the salary that I was making at the time. And so it just seemed like a really good opportunity to sort of go there, you know, train and mentor Afghan defense attorneys for a year, and then come back to the U.S. That was the original plan. And also, it was the first time I ever left the U.S., so I thought, why not Afghanistan? But
you decided to stay.
I did decide to stay.
Because? Because it's a very... See, here's the thing, is among other things, apart from the strangeness and the personal risk, it's this extremely male-orientated society, one of the highest rates of domestic violence in the world, according to UN stats, very Muslim. You know, a lot of people, women, feel forced to wear head coverings, and there's you.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel very strongly about representing people. And one thing that really struck me is my first year when I was in Afghanistan, I went to different prisons around the country, and I was really surprised to see foreigners that were being unrepresented and locked up in the prisons, foreigners from Australia, the UK, and whatnot, and how they told me their stories about how they didn't have any legal representation, they didn't have any translators in course. And I just wasn't hearing this from foreigners, but I also was hearing from Afghans about how they were being tortured. And so I kind of felt compelled to, and also a lot of it was curiosity, so I quit my job with training and mentoring Afghan defense attorneys. I just started taking cases.
But as a woman there, how did that go down? I mean, did you wear a head covering?
I didn't, and I haven't. It's just something I haven't ever done in Afghanistan. It's not legally obligatory for me to do it, and it's just not something that I do.
But they treated you like, obviously, you were taken seriously enough. I mean, one of your most remarkable achievements, in my opinion, was to help get a presidential pardon for a woman charged with adultery, which led to a new law that apparently made it legal for women to run away from their husbands.
Well, it made it legal for women to, illegal for women not to be criminalized for that.
Which is a longer way of almost saying the same thing.
Well, yes,
but I find that amazing. Is that one of your biggest victories?
It definitely is. I mean, when I try to represent people, I do want sort of a longer-standing impact on the greater community, especially when it comes to women in Afghanistan. As you rightly said, according to the UN, it's one of the places in the world that oppresses more women than most other countries. And so it's really important to get those victories that not only impact clients like Gulnaz, but also that affect other women so that they won't be criminally charged for, you know, going to the store without their husband's permission.
Now, America and Australia still have troops in Afghanistan. This is about 18 years now after the invasion to knock off the Taliban. Now, the argument is that they're there to protect a burgeoning democracy from the Taliban, yet the Taliban now controls nearly half the territory. There's now negotiations between the US and the Taliban for a deal. You know, we'll pull out and you'll stay there. First, has the sacrifice that we've made been worth it?
Well, I think, you know, I think it has. I do. And I think that what Australian troops are doing, what American troops are doing, what troops around the world have done in Afghanistan, are continuing doing today, is quite remarkable. It's a very, very hard place for the military to be and to operate in. And they've definitely made strides. You know, the strides that they've made are, you know, there's more women than when I got there in 2008 who are going to school. There's no more women that are lawyers. There's more children in school. You know, the infant mortality rate has decreased significantly. You know, and so that has been helpful, and a lot of that is part of international intervention, but also part of that is because of military intervention.
Well, given that, if America makes a deal with the Taliban, pulls out, we pull out, everyone pulls out, does that scare you? What will happen next?
It does. It really does. I mean, because it's like there's no real consequence. If the Taliban, they make a deal and they break the deal, then what happens? We're just disappointed in them. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I'm very concerned about women's rights, of course, and what this does for women if international troops pull out. It's no secret that the Taliban are openly saying that even if we have a deal with the Americans, and this was reported by Reuters, that they're still going to attack Afghan troops that are led by Americans. So I don't really quite understand the blueprint that's being set, because it seems to me that
I
they
understand,
still have their...
Kimberly. Do the words cut and run mean anything to you?
That's
I
true.
reckon that's what it is. Kimberly Motley, I think you're such an inspiration. I wish we had even more, much more time. I urge people to buy your book, Lawless, because it's an amazing life you're leading. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.